Yo, what's poppin'? It's me, Roman and Spice, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am your host, Rosia Spice. Subscribe down below, hit that notifications bell, like the video, feel free to share the video. And I'm still wearing those extensions I was telling you guys about in my last video. They're actually in a different wig this time. So beautiful and so soft. So if you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the like button, hit your notifications bell, though you are notified when I upload. And yeah, please feel free to subscribe because our family's slowly growing. We have 14 subscribers now, and y'all think I didn't notice? So thank you for 14 subscribers first off, and let's get into today's video. With a few disclaimers, my camera was going to fall in. So for this video, I have given the people involved different names. So if you see me go like that, I'm just basically giving them a different name. And basically the reason I do that is because if I name them, they can actually sue me because I don't have their permission. So just a quick little YouTuber tea thing. Spilling the tea. Okay, so this story started in high school. I want to say it started at the beginning of year 10, probably towards the end of year 10. I didn't have friends, let's just say it like that. I didn't have friends, so I was like trying to find my place. I was shy. And obviously, I didn't know myself as well as I know myself now. Like, if I could go back and do high school all over again, I would be a completely different person. You know what I'm saying? So, this whole story started one day when I went to farm or registration, whatever you guys want to call it. And I went to registration very briefly for a few months. And there was a girl there, we're going to call her Angela. And she sat across from me with her friend and her other friend. So it was like Angela would sit here, then her friend was here, and then across the table, but directly across, would be me and the other girl that she was friends with. And I basically got to know Angela just by general conversation, very brief conversation. I'd see her in the morning. I'd say, hello, how you doing? Good morning. We'd smile at each other, so on and so forth. So we kind of built up, I wouldn't say I wouldn't say we were friends. I would say we was just like, cordial, but there was no beef there. So a little while before I started talking to Angela, obviously I knew who she was. She was friends with my cousin who's not my cousin. That's another story time within itself. But before I started talking to her and getting to know her a little bit more, I was actually friends with the Popular Clan, and it started with me and this girl called Hannah. We're gonna call her Hannah, and she was really nice at first. She was really sweet. She had that bitchy vibe to her, and I'm not like that. I'm what you see is what you get. I'll talk to anybody. I don't care. I'm friendly. I'm a people person. I'm very approachable. I'm very friendly. She came off as very standoffish, very defensive, very mean, very unapproachable. Somebody that just had that all around, high school, bitchy, popular girl vibe. And who the fuck wants to be around that? But obviously, because I was lonely at the time and I didn't have any friends, which I'll openly admit, I kind of faked it till I make it. You know what I mean? I faked it till I made it type of thing. I went in and I was like, oh, you're so pretty, you're so nice, you're so da 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 da. Because if you've watched my videos before I deleted them, you would know that I was incredibly shy in high school. I never used to stand up for myself. I would very much just follow people or be the quiet person. Obviously, if I could do high school back now, it would be a whole different story. I would definitely slap a lot more people. Um, but yeah, you live and you learn. So because I started getting friendly with Hannah, her friends started to take a liking to me. I knew some of her friends from high school. I knew some of her friends from other friends, mutual friends. And they all started to accept me. And there was about 19 people in this friendship group. About 19 people, if I remember correctly. And yes, I have given them all names. I'll get more into that later in the video. But it was like some of them liked me, some of them you could tell didn't like me, and some of them you can tell were being utterly two-faced, which, yeah, I like pretended to fit in with people to gain friends, but I was never fake. If there was always something on my mind, I would say it. I was never two-faced. You know what I mean? It's just not in me to be like that. So then I started to get close to two other girls. We're going to call one Jasmine and one Sarah. They had actually fallen out with the group. And I'm that type of person. I don't like seeing people alone. I don't like seeing that packed mentality. And I'm very much a believer in if something bothers you, stand up for it and stand up for what's right. So I took those girls under my wing and I was like, fuck it, you know what I mean? They don't want to hang out with you. You can come and hang out with me, you know what I mean? And we did. They actually came to my house. They met my mother. I helped them out in situations, you know what I mean? I was there for them. I was like an all around good friend, like you're supposed to be. I'm a very big believer in treat others how you want to be treated and, you know, what you put out into. I don't necessarily believe in God. I believe more so in the universe, and what you put out into the universe is what you will receive. So I've always tried to be that person who is positive, who takes people under their wing, who isn't a follower. Yeah, I may have faked it till I maked it, but I was never fake. I was never a follower. I was never up people's ass. I just pretended to be. How can I put this? I never put on a fake persona. I just pretended to, you know what I mean? I would go in and just give them compliments and start conversations. It was never like I was changing my personality to try and fit them, because honestly, I didn't give a fuck. Honestly, and when I say I don't give a fuck, like I'm looking you dead in the eyes. I don't give a fuck. So I'm not gonna put on no act. I might be friendly with you, ask how your day is going, say good morning to you, say hello to you, because I'm not an ignorant person at the end of the day. But I wasn't really close with a lot of them, but I was very close to Jasmine and Sarah. And I did take them under my wing, and I was a very, very good friend to them. I also chose to take them under my wing because it started to click in my head that, you know, I didn't give a fuck about popularity. I just wanted a friend because I was going through a lot. I was in foster care. Um, Openly admit it, I had a drug problem. I had a problem with alcohol. You know what I mean? That's hard for me to talk about. I'm not going to get too much into that, but I was going through a lot. And I was also having severe mental health issues as well. So I had all that going on, and I still decided to take those girls under my wings. I still decided to stand up for what I thought was right. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't believe in pack mentality. I can stand on my own, and I have a pair of balls, I have a backbone, I have a voice. You know what I mean? I don't need followers, and I don't need to, you know, be in a pack to feel like I can have an opinion. But the reality is, not everybody's like that. And yeah, I'm just happy I'm not a follower or a kiss ass or anybody like that. I'm happy I'm me. And so after a little while, Jasmine and Sarah, um, we became close. We would go out to, you know, the town centre. We would go on walks. We would get to know each other. We would hang out after school, in school. And then after a little while, Jasmine and Sarah. Sorry, there's so many names to remember, and they're not actual real names. I had to use fake names. It's just all confusing, you know what I mean? But I hope you can keep up. Yeah, I'm hoping I make sense to you. Just let me know if I don't make sense to you, but I hope I make sense. So then this new girl come, and she seemed nice. She was, you know, she seemed friendly. She seemed fun. She was actually a very beautiful girl. You know, I'm not a hater. If I see a girl that looks beautiful, carries herself well, I'm not one to be like, you know, bashing somebody. I'm that type of person to come up to you and be like, oh my god, bitch, you look absolutely gorgeous. You look so fire right now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm very complimentative. I'm not a hater. So if I see a bitch looking good, I'm going to let you know. Because I'm nice like that. I'm starting to run out of names. So let's call her Mary. This new girl was called Mary, but that's not a real name. But you get what I'm saying. And she seemed nice at first. And she, it was like two clicks. It was like me, Jasmine, Sarah, Mary, and then the rest of the popular clan. And eventually they came back together. We all came back together, and I became the target over something I overheard one day. Bear in mind, I had been not necessarily open with my drug addiction. I was actually just talking in confidence to people that I thought were friends. And I'm doing this a lot because there's a lot of fake people out there. So I opened up to them about my drug addiction. I was addicted to legal highs. I was addicted to aerosols. I was addicted to alcohol. Not necessarily an alcoholic. When I was seeing the doctors and I was seeing the therapist, they said it's basically like I don't know how to explain it. It was not like I wasn't an alcoholic. It was like whenever I would drink, I would purposely drink myself into a state of unconsciousness to try and harm myself. And that takes balls to admit on camera, you know what I'm saying? But I'm an honest person. And they made me feel like I'm comfortable enough to confide in them, so that's what I started doing. Little did I know they were saving that information for ammunition, because everybody in that friendship group done turned on me. And they turned on me because one day I was like, our high school was like small compared to my first high school. If you ever went to John Fisher in Beach Hill, massive high school. Rosebridge is not a big high school compared to John Fisher. John Fisher makes Rosebridge look like shit, let's just be honest. So there was this corridor, a really long corridor, and right at the end of the corridor was where you go out to the yard. And I was walking the way, like I was walking in from those doors downwards. And as you go down, like a little corridor, my form room is like right near where the stairs are to go down, and you carry on the corridor, if that makes sense. And I was walking to lesson and I overheard Angela and Hannah having a conversation, and Hannah was like, yeah, I've been doing cocaine. I don't want my dad to find out. I don't want my family to find out. They're going to be so pissed. They're going to be so mad. Da, 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 da. And I wasn't earwigging. I wasn't like trying to listen and get the tea. I was just simply walking past. It was like one of those. I just walked straight past, and it was something I overheard. So I thought, I didn't save it for ammunition. I just thought, right, that's weird. You know what I mean? Because they were sitting there telling me, like, you shouldn't do drugs and da 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 da. Like, they were like getting on my case about doing drugs, but like, you're sniffing cocaine. Like, yeah, legal highs aren't necessarily better, but it was legal at the time. You know what I'm saying? And that's what started to piss me off. I started to see how two-faced they were, and I even heard them talking shit about each other, but when it came to like breaks, dinners, lunches, um, even after school when they go out, they would be up each other's asses. You'd see it in pictures. They'd be like, "Oh my god, I love you so much," and "You're my best friend," and it's like, bitch, she was talking shit about her like 30 minutes ago, and now you're best friends again. And then she's like talking shit about your other friend, and then it was like everybody was talking shit about everybody and then being fake as fuck to each other's faces. That's what started pissing me off. Because I'm that type of person, if I don't like you, I'll just say it, and I won't act like I do like you. Like, I'll be cordial if you want to be cordial. We can agree to have that mutual respect, but I'm not going to be like, oh my god, hello, I love you so much. Like, oh my god. I'm not going to be like that. That's fake and that's not me. And I started seeing them all, pretty much all of them, be like that. And I just thought, you know what, I don't think this friendship group really is for me. Where things really started to go left was where a girl came in, and we're going to call her Jackie. She came in from a different school. She was nice at first. I knew her from John Fisher, and she came in and made up a whole bunch of lies. Like, we was talking on Facebook Messenger, and I was just, I was excited to see her. She was coming to my school, you know what I mean? I hadn't seen her in years, and I got on really well with her in John Fisher. And every time I saw her, I would give her a smile, give her a wave, ask her how her day was doing, make sure she was okay. And she basically made up a whole pack of lies saying that I had been talking shit about people in that friendship group, which was an out and out lie. I mean, an out and out, seriously, like hand on heart, like God strike me down dead if I'm lying. Like that bitch was lying, 100%. And them bitches believed it. Them bitches believed it. Like, is you fucking dumb? And I was pointing out to them like stuff that she was saying that didn't make any sense. It wasn't adding up, but they still chose to believe her. Like, why would I chat shit about you and, you know what I mean, say nothing to you? That's not me. I'm not the type to talk shit to somebody about you or talk shit behind your back. I'll come to your face and I'll say what I've got to say. You know what I mean? I'm not afraid to express my opinion. I'm not afraid to be real with somebody. I'm not afraid to look somebody in their eyes and tell them what I think. A few days later, another girl come in. We're gonna call her. Look, I'm running out of names. Let's call her Shirley. Shirley was really pretty. You know what I mean? I'm not a hater like that. She was really pretty and she was quiet. She seemed nice. We was talking. And I didn't know that her and the last girl that I mentioned were having conversations about me. So they were planning to set me up because you know what I mean. I had no problem. I remember when we was all arguing via the internet and they was doing all that pack mentality shit and that bullying shit. I was sending them screenshots of what I was saying to them, and I was like, please tell me where I'm lying. Please tell me where I'm talking shit. And nobody could tell me, nobody could answer it. I'm like, every screenshot matched up with the date, the time, was in chronological order. Where was I talking shit? Absolutely nowhere. Where was I being two faced? Where was I slagging people off? Never happened. But those bitches chose to believe it anyway. So then they started to literally harass me and add me to group chats and gang up on me. They would add each other to the group chat. And like I said before, there was approximately 19 people in that friendship group. I have them all written down here with names next to them. There was approximately 19 in that group. 19 people all engaging and ganging up and literally bullying. That's what it is. Literal bullying one person. And it was like, I tried my best to ignore it at first, be mature, ignore it, be the bigger person. Oh, I'm choking. Be the bigger person, and just be better than that. Don't sink to their level. And I posted a status basically like I can't remember exactly what I said, but it was like antagonizing them because I was like, they were bringing up stuff like my problem with alcohol. They were bringing up stuff, my problem with drugs, my problem with self harm, stuff that they shouldn't have brung up. That was not their business to bring up, and it was being brung up in a group chat with me and 19 people, and I didn't know half of those people properly. I'll openly admit I didn't care to get to know them. I didn't like them, and I was real about that. They asked me, "Oh, why haven't you talked to such and such?" And I'd say I don't like them, not my cup of tea. I see straight through them. They're fake as fuck. You know what I mean? And they still all chose to air my laundry out. So when I wrote that status, I basically let the world know some of their business. I thought, right, you're gonna put my shit in a group chat, and obviously it's gonna get out. So I thought, let me just respond. You've pushed me and pushed me and pushed me. You're bringing up my problem with alcohol, my problem with self harm, my problem with drugs in a group chat, and you're all laughing at me, making fun of me, calling me a faggot, a queer, saying I should kill myself. One of the girls said I should throw myself off a bridge. You know what I mean? And it was like just straight up bullying and straight up pack mentality. So I posted a status and I was like, okay, you want to talk about me and my problems? Let's talk about. And I was addressing Hannah in it. And I was like, Hannah, let me just tell you this. Like, if you want to talk about me and my addiction to legal highs and my addiction to aerosols and my addiction to other substances that I'm not going to get into, let's talk about your addiction to cocaine. Because I overheard you talking to Angela about that. I wasn't earwigging, I was walking past. I heard that shit. I said, I bet Daddy's gonna find out now. And I also outed Jasmine and Sarah's dad, which I shouldn't have done, openly admit it. I shouldn't have said what I said about Hannah. I shouldn't have said what I said about Jasmine and Sarah. They're fake names, by the way. But you know what? Fuck it. They decided to put my shit on blast. I can hold my hands up and say that was wrong. I shouldn't have done it. That was immature. I shouldn't have done that. That wasn't my business to be posting out there. But at the end of the day, you're all laughing at me, bullying me, being homophobic to me, encouraging me to, you're saying throw yourself off a bridge, go and cut yourself. You know what I mean? Go and overdose. Who says that to somebody? You know what I mean? And I don't give a fuck who you are. If there's one of you and 19 other people, and they're laughing at you. They're making fun of you. They're saying, "Oh, we're gonna get you jumped. We're gonna get you beat up." Da 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 da. A person can only take so much before they snap, and that's what I did. I snapped. I thought, right, you want to play games? Let's do it. Because I'm personally, like, this was around the time I started finding my voice. Not as much as I have today, because obviously I would say from then to now, I'm a totally different person. I'm 100% different, and I'm growing and evolving every day. But back then, I was just starting to find my voice. So I was like enraged. I put everybody's shit on blast. I didn't care, but I didn't think of the repercussions. But then again, like I said, when people are literally laughing at you, calling you a faggot, a queer, telling you to go and throw yourself off a bridge, telling you to go and overdose, you know what I mean? You're going to hit your breaking point. And I remember the next day I was walking into school, and school had actually arranged for somebody to walk me to my lesson. And I was like, for what? And they were like, oh, we've been informed about what's been happening, because this arguing and bullying me and harassing me over social media went on for days. They would not leave me alone. This went on for days. And I remember walking in and I'm like, why do I have to walk with a teacher? Like, I'm not scared of nobody. If they're going to hit me, they're going to hit me. Like, I'm that type of person. I don't care if I win or lose. It's not about that for me. It's about holding my own and saying, listen, you're not going to disrespect me. You're not going to pick on me. I'm not some little quiet, you know what I mean, flower. You know what I mean? I'm somebody, I've got a voice on me. I've got an opinion on me. And I'm not going to say I'm Rocky Balboa, but I can definitely hold my own. And I'm not afraid to win or lose. You know what I mean? It's not the first time I've had beatings, you know what I mean? It's not the first time I've had somebody put hands on me. So, you know, it's something I'm used to. So it's like, for me, it's like, you can beat me up every single day if you want to, but you're never going to shut this mouth, and you're never going to stop me from being me, ever. So you can bully me as much as you want. You can call me every homophobic name under the sun. You can tell me to go and kill myself. You can say you hope I drink myself to death. You can say that you hope I overdose. All of that shit doesn't matter to me, because I'm still here, bitch. I'm still doing me. What's up? What's popping? So I wrote that status, posted it. Everybody went wild. Everybody went wild. And the funny thing was, it went from them bullying me and harassing me in the group chat to now harassing me and bullying me publicly, which is what I wanted. I wanted the public to see. Even though I did that, even though I wrote that status without thinking of the repercussions, I kind of subconsciously knew, like, okay, people won't believe me, because I'd gone to school about it before, and I was like, listen, it's getting out of hand. It's 19 people against one person. In what world, in what predicament, in what scenario is that right? You know what I mean? And they didn't help. So that day I came in with the escort. It was a woman from reception. She was walking me, and I see Sarah and Jasmine, and they're like screaming at me, you fucking faggot, and oh, I'm gonna get you, wait till after school. And she was like, Jasmine was like banging on the wall, like trying to intimidate me, and I'm literally walking past laughing. I'm like, I wish a bitch would, because all I'm hearing is this. I wish somebody would touch me, because I'm not, like I said, I'm no Rocky Balboa, but I'm not just gonna stand there and let you put your hands on me. It's simple. So eventually it started to get really intense. We were sending videos to each other, insulting each other. I held my hands up. I hit my breaking point several times. If you were in my predicament and you had 19 people constantly coming at you, I mean, from the minute, like the morning you got into school, the very second you got into school to the moment you went to sleep at night that same day, it was constant harassment, bullying, messaging, threatening to get me physically assaulted, threatening to get me jumped, all of this crap. It was straight up bullying, and nobody did anything. Once again, like, it's not the first time in my life I've had to stand up for myself solely on my own against a bunch of people. That's not the first time, and I honestly think it won't be the last time. I'm that type of person. I have a very strong personality. I'm very opinionated. I'm very passionate, and I'm straight up. If I don't fuck with you and I don't want to be around you or associate with you or affiliate with you, I'll tell you. I don't believe in beating around the bush. Because I would want you to be honest with me 100% all the way, no sugarcoating, no bullshit. You know what I mean? So I would expect the same from you. That's why I'm honest. You know what I mean? And as much as people question that, which I find funny, you know what I mean? Point out something I've lied about. Tell me. When have I been fake with somebody? Tell me. You know what I mean? So to make a long story short, it was like I was basically thrown into a pool with 19 hungry sharks who all felt ballsy because they were in a pack. Whereas none of them bitches had anything to say to me when they were on their own and it was, one on one. Nobody had anything to say then. But, that's what pissed me off about that friendship group was I kept seeing how two-faced they were, how they hated each other, they'd talk shit, they'd gang up in groups. You know what I mean? And then you'd see them on their own and I'd look at them like, come on, say something to me. You know what I mean? You're all big and ballsy when you've got your clan. Say something to me now. And they never would. And they never did. And I don't blame them because I'd have smacked the fuck out of them. For real, the shit they put me through, I'd have smacked the shit out of all them bitches. But in truth, I've learned, and I ain't got to put my hands on you. I'm sitting here motherfucking laughing because I kept it real that whole motherfucking time, and nobody got nothing to say about it. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I think I respect myself so much because I stood on my own. I stood on my own against 19 people. I stood on my own. I didn't give a fuck. And there were times, I'm almost confident there was a time I did get set up, which I'll get into a little bit later on. But yeah, it was far from over at this point. Okay, so here's some background on everybody that was involved. I'm not going to cover all 19 people, just the main people, just so you guys can understand a little bit more. Hannah and I were like not really close, but we spoke often, and she opened up to me about what was going on in her family life and stuff like that, because she was having some real problems. So we were not really close, but comfortable enough to talk to each other if there was a problem. So we was kind of cordial, but I wouldn't necessarily say that we were friends. We were just, I was trying to be a friend, and I could already tell she didn't like me, and it was like, uh, you know what I mean? Just a burp to that. I don't know. You try and be nice with people, and it's like there's just people that are just so bitchy and that will be so bitchy and stuck up and standoffish and mad at everybody else because their life ain't going how they're supposed to go. You know what I mean? And plus, Hannah was a bitch. A bitch. Like, real rude. She was cocky, she was arrogant, she was ignorant. She really thought she would walk around like she was Miss Fang, you know what I mean? Like, like with a stanky ass attitude, like she was so much better than everybody else, you know what I mean? And I can't stand a motherfucker like that. I can't stand people like that. It's like I would just want to slap you back into reality. Like, wake the fuck up. Get off your high horse. Come back down to earth with everybody else. Because you ain't motherfucking special. You're not no Naomi Campbell. You're not fucking Linda Evangelista. You're not Cindy Crawford. Pipe it the fuck down. You're a fucking 15-year-old spoilt brat. Like, take several seats at a bench, bitch. Be humble. Be humble. Don't be stuck up. If you take anything away from this story time, don't be stuck up and don't be a bitch. Be nice with people. What you put out into the universe is what you get back. If you put positivity out there, you're going to get positivity back. If you put negativity out there and you put arsehole behaviour out there, you're going to get that back. Like I said before in this video, I don't believe in God, but I very much believe in the universe. Delilah was another one. She thought she was, that bitch because she was like 9'9" and to be honest, she had extensions that didn't even match her hair. Like, it looked stupid. Like, you know what I mean? She was just one of those, again, like, thought she was Miss Thang, thought she was the next Naomi Campbell. Like, bitch, have a seat at that bench with the other bitch. Like Kendrick Lamar said, be humble, bitch. Because being stuck up and being like that ain't going to get you far in life. Who's going to want to work with someone that walks around like, they walk around like they shit don't stank, and they walk around like, they somebody. Like, have a seat. Have a seat before I throw my fucking ice water at you. Like, sit down. You're an embarrassment. Mary was somebody, well, Mary was somebody that I couldn't really figure out, but I kind of figured out, if that made sense. Like, she was nice, but then I'm quite an observant person and I'm very monotone. So what that means is I'm very quiet. I like to sit back and I like to watch people, the behavior, their mannerisms, their vibe, how they talk, how they treat people, because I like to get a good feel of people before I judge them or make a formal opinion on them. And at first she seemed nice. Like I said, she was a gorgeous girl. She had a beautiful smile. She was very friendly, very approachable. She was fun. She was easy to talk to. I don't hate like that, you know what I mean? And then as time went on, I started to see like, yo, Murray was literally an instigator. She loved the drama, and a lot of the girls in that group were like that. And that was something I could never understand, was how you all want to like claim that you love each other and you're all best friends and everything's so perfect, and you know what I mean? This fucking roses and fucking happy ever after friendship bullshit, all that. Like, they were making it like their friendship was so perfect, but I overheard them literally all talking shit about each other, how much they hated each other. Or, this girl does this that annoys me. Oh, she's a bitch, she's a slag, she's a hoe. Like, all of this crap. And it was like, but when you all got together, you was all friends. And Mary was that kind of person. She would talk shit about you behind your back. You'd find out and you go and ask her and she'd be like, what? What? I said that about you. I don't remember saying that. Another one that thought she was a Miss Thang. Take a seat, bitch. Be humble. And then I don't know why, but towards year 11, Mary started trying to get closer to me. She would like inbox me. She would like talk to me. She would like, you know what I mean, ask how I was. And I just sat there and I used to think, what the fuck? Like, isn't this the bitch that jumped on the bandwagon, that joined that pack to, try and take me down? And the pack that literally bullied me, the pack that literally were telling me, go and throw yourself off a bridge, go and drink yourself to death, go and overdose, you're a queer, you're a faggot, you shouldn't be living because you're gay, who wants to be around a queer, stuff like that. It was straight up bullying. Like, why would I want to be friends with you and you didn't even have the balls to stand up and say, yo, this is so fucked up and wrong? Why would I want to be friends with you? You can choke. That's what you can do. You can choke, not die, just choke. And then you can take a seat at a bench too, with your bullying ass. Don't ever claim to be independent and not speak up for what's right or what you believe in. Because if you don't do that, then you ain't real. You get it together. Like I said, be humble. The more you know. But like I said, some bitches ain't like that. Some bitches ain't real. And I have that thing where I like expect people to be like that with me. And I get that not everybody's real. And not everybody has that ability to say what they're feeling truthfully and honestly to said person, you know what I mean? But I do, so it ain't a problem. Like, bitch, I don't like you. Like, you dead ass joined in on bullying me and making me feel shit. Like, I was cutting myself up because of you guys, you know what I mean? I was literally trying to kill myself because of you guys, you know what I mean? And you think I want to be friends with you? Hell no. Hell no, I would be a literal moron, a doormat, a mug, an idiot if I was to ever consider a friendship with any of you. Then there was Kate, who I actually happen to be related to. That's mad, isn't it? I actually happen to be third cousins with this bitch, and this bitch never stood up for me either. This bitch joined in on the hate train, the bandwagon. She was the type to be like, I don't want to be involved in no group chats or no arguments. But then she'd make casual, slick little comments or like digs at me, and it's like, you know what I mean? Like, when I found a new set of friends afterwards, and I dead ass got jumped in school, like dead ass, and she was the one running around. This is meant to be my family. This is meant to be my cousin. You know what I mean? And she was running around going, Oh my god, Michael got beat up. Can you believe Michael got beat up? Yeah, he was having his face stamped on. Oh my god, Michael got jumped. Michael got jumped. Like, who the fuck does that? You're supposed to be my family, bitch. And you're running around applauding bitches for jumping me. Like, had y'all have hit me straight up in my face when I was looking dead at you, I'd have fucked your ass up. I'd have fucked every one of you up. But no, that's what I mean. Bitches have to do shit like pull my hair or wait till my head's turned or come in packs. You know what I mean? Come at me one on one. Come at me man to man. You know what I'm saying? To ever call yourself a cousin of mine, you can choke. You can literally choke. I hope you're watching this. You're a disgrace. What kind of family member does that? I would never, ever, ever have allowed that to happen to you. Never. Never. As much as we weren't close like that, I would have never let somebody jump you. I would have never let somebody bully you. And I wouldn't have ever joined in on people bullying you. Where the fuck do they do that at? She was also an instigator too, with the little digs and the joining in laughing when everybody was laughing at me, or you know, throwing the comments in that were making fun of me. And then she'd be like, in person, she'd be like, "Are you okay, Michael? How you feeling? Do you need anything?" Or she'd try and have a laugh with me, like, "Bitch, stop being fake with me. Like, just choke. Stop being fake with me because you're making me want to slam my head into the table. Stop being fake with me. You don't like me. Why are you pretending to like me? I know you don't like me. You know you don't like me. So why are you being fake? Because you're only making yourself look stupid." Then there was a guy we're going to call Aaron, who I kind of had some, I wouldn't even say beef with. It was like him trying to start a problem with me and me being like, okay, what's up, man? Like, he just joined in on that bandwagon, you know, with the whole, oh, you're fat, you're a queer, you're, you know, homophobic shit, and saying all of this crap to me and, you know, joining in on just being a bully. And it was like, okay, like, I don't know you. I've never spoken to you a day in my life. I've only ever seen you around school. And you run around acting like you own the place. Like, who the fuck is you? Like, you're 15 years old at the time. Like, sit the fuck down. Who do you think you are? Be humble. Have a seat at a bench and choke. Like, we never had any serious beef. But he was like, oh, I'm going to smash your face. And then I dead ass came into the lesson that he said he was going to smash my face. And I sat there like this, like, nobody going to do nothing, really. Like, everybody talking shit online, but nobody doing anything. Nobody touching me. Like, come on. And he never touched me. He was just one of those like threatening me online. I'm like, I'm here in person though, so do something. It started getting to the point where I was laughing at these people. I was literally laughing at these people because it's like, you're doing so much to get a reaction out of me, but like, you don't know, they couldn't see that everybody could see what they were doing. Everybody was like, 19 people against one person. What the fuck? You know what I mean? And they were trying to make me out to be the bad guy, and it was like literally I had screenshots that school had seen, proof that school had seen, you know, that I hadn't talked shit about anybody. It was basically a rumor that was made up by the girl that didn't like me. I didn't know that they didn't like me. I thought that, you know, because I knew her from John Fisher, I thought she would have liked me, but she didn't. But I didn't know that. There was another guy, we're going to call him Daniel. I never had beef with him, never had a problem with him. I always had that, I think it was, we always had that mutual respect for each other. Like, I never got out of line with him. He never got out of line with me. I was never, you know what I mean? I rarely ever spoke to him. And I've never been the type of person to be nasty. I've always been that type of person to, like, be nice and ask how you are and so on and so forth. And I think that he just understood that, like, you know what I mean? I think he kind of looked at it and was like, right, there's too many people against one person. It's not fair. And he was like, I respect him for not getting involved because he never got involved. It was like, you know what I mean? It could have just got even worse if there was more people involved. So I was like, I respected him for not getting involved, and there is no beef. Then there was Tamra. I really disliked Tamra. I still to this day dislike Tamra. And I think she knows that. She was the definition of a mean girl. She's the type, she would look at somebody and say, if they didn't have, you know what I mean? I don't know. Say they came in with like mad hair, like, they just woke up, they were in a rush. She'd be the type to like whisper and be like, oh my God, look at the state of her hair. And they'd all be like laughing and making fun of people and just genuinely being mean for literally no reason. Like, just because your life shit and your situation at home shit does not give you the right to make everybody else's life shit. She was literally a bully slash mean girl, and it wasn't just me she did it with. I know of quite a few people she was nasty to. And she was one of those, she thought she could just walk around like she owned the place, like she was Miss Universe, you know what I mean? Like, honey, have several seats, choke on a bench, you know what I mean? Burn up in a volcano, I don't care. Just stop treating people like you're above them and they're below you, because I can't stand the bitch like that. And Tamra, just to add more to the story, was the one that actually tried to get me jumped twice. The first time the guy didn't turn up, and the second time, I believe it was two guys. It all happened so fast, but like, I remember being in science and I got told, oh, Tamra has sent two people to come and jump you and they're outside. And how this come about was there was smokers in our school. I was one of them. And we go on the yard and smoke cigarettes, obviously. And they had seen them through the gate and they'd exchanged a conversation. They were like, who's Michael? Like, da 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 da, where's Michael? And they come up to me and told me, I don't know what made me do it. I don't know how I did it, but I literally had no fear in my heart. I wasn't nervous or anything. I got up, I shit you not, I shot straight out that science door and I ran. I had like 4 or 5 teachers running after me. And I tried hopping the gate and I was like, where they at? Where they at? Like, I was gonna beat people. I was gonna cave heads in that day. Like, come on. Because I got to that point where it became too much. Like, I just wanted to fight at that point, because it's like you keep pushing me and pushing me and pushing me. And now you're going to see a bitch snap. You're going to see what an angry Michael looks like. You've done brought the spice out of me. That's why they call me Spice. You've done brung, you've done brung that side out of me, and now I'm going to whoop your ass. You know what I'm saying? And literally the teachers had to like stop. They stopped me. They took me to the main reception. They were like, we're not letting you out until you calm down. And I said, it's okay. I said, because I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him. You can't stop me. Like, you know what I mean? You can keep me locked in this room, but I'm still going to get out this fucking building and smack the shit out of somebody. Somebody's going to get it. And they dead ass made sure that they walked me to the car, to my foster carer's car, like, because they knew I was serious. I had enough. I told the behaviour support teacher, I said, I've had enough. I can't take it no more. Just let me go outside and let me start slapping the shit out of bitches, because that's what I want to do. Let me go and smack everybody. Because there's people turning up to jump me. There's people turning up to fight me. There's people making fun of my sexuality, making fun of my weight. You know what I mean? When you have an eating disorder and 3 eating disorders, which I've been diagnosed with, and you're calling me fat, you're laughing at my body, you're bringing up my drug addictions, you're bringing up my problem with alcohol, you're bringing up my self-harm. What does that have to do with you? You guys push me to that point of me biting back. So yeah, it got me to that point where I was like, I want to go outside and I want to go and slap the dog shit out of everybody. But yeah, Tamra is just foul and vile. I still see her now and again, because she works. I'm not going to say where she works, but yeah, I see her now and again, and I always say, I always walk past her and say, I hate you. I literally do. I walk past her and say, I hate you, because I do. You know what I mean? She made my life a living hell, and it's like, look at where you are now, bitch, and look at where I am. Like, be humble. That's why I'm not working in some scabby shop. Karma served you there. And karma will continue to serve you if you go through life being nasty like she is. She'll never get anywhere in life. Let's just be honest. Her attitude stinks. Her approach to people stinks. How she treats people stinks. She's a bully. You know what I mean? Who's gonna wanna hire somebody or work with somebody or be friends with somebody like that? No one in their right mind. Me and Zoe were cool. I actually liked Zoe. I thought Zoe was real. She was fun, and she was actually one of the few people in that group that did not get involved in that bullying shit. She was like, nah, I'm not a bully. I'm going to stand out, be my own person, and I respect that shit because she could have jumped on the bandwagon, and again, it could have been even worse for me. And she chose to say, you know what, I'm going to be my own person. I'm going to have my own opinion, my own thoughts. I'm going to stand up for what I believe. And I'm sorry, my hair clip keeps falling out. But she was like, yeah, I'm going to stand up for myself, be my own person, have my own opinion. You know what I mean? And she was like, pretty much, I'm not taking part in this. And she would talk to me now and again, and she was always a pleasure to talk to, and I got on with her really well. And she was somebody I felt comfortable around because I knew that she wasn't fake, and I knew that she wasn't jumping on that bandwagon, and I knew that she wasn't afraid to express her opinion and stand up for what she believed was right. So I respect that shit to the fullest. Okay, so Chelsea was somebody I had a soft spot for. Again, she was nice, approachable. I got on with her really well. And I could see her pain. I don't know how to explain it. I could sense that she was somebody that was holding a lot of pain. And I could relate to that. I think that's why I had a soft spot for her because I could see it. She was trying to be strong, but I could tell there was something was bothering her at that time. And I always tried my best to make sure she felt comfortable. I always tried my best to make sure she felt supported and had a friend and had someone there that she could just talk to and not have no fear of being judged or anything like that. Even after she joined in on that bullying shit, I still afterwards, like in year 11 and stuff like that, I still talked to her. And I still made sure that she was good. I don't talk to her to this day because I've matured and you know what I mean? Honestly, I've seen a lot of them for who they are. And you know what I mean? I'm over that shit. But yeah, I did have a soft spot for her because I could sense that I could sense that she was like me in a way. There's a lot of pain in us both. And I don't know, I just couldn't let anybody mess with her. Like there was a few times I seen her kick off and I seen her get really upset and it used to break my heart because it's like I just want to help this girl so bad, and I don't know why I felt like that. I just could sense her pain, and I wanted to help. Even after she joined in on the bullying, and she was the one that told me to go and throw myself off a bridge. You know what I mean? And I still wanted to be there. I still wanted to be a friend. I think that says a lot about me and my character as a person, as a human being. You know what I mean? I don't dislike any of them or hate any of them. I do wish them the best. It's just y'all not my cup of tea. You know what I mean? Y'all fake ass bitches. I say it now on video. I say it to your face. You know what I mean? Y'all fake ass bitches. Y'all some bullies, and y'all could never say shit on your own. So it is what it is. Paige was Kate's best friend. They were another pair that were fake bitches that were, they'd be like, oh my god, you look so beautiful. I love you. Are we going out for a drink later? Are we going like out enjoying ourselves later? Like, and they'd have a laugh and shit. And I genuinely heard them both talking shit about each other. Like, it was going around the group, them talking shit about each other. And they'd get together and they'd link up and they'd be like, girl, I love you. Oh, your hair's so nice. Oh, your makeup's so nice. Like, oh, look at those eyelashes. They're so beautiful. Like, a lot of that. And it's like, y'all don't like each other. Just be real. You know what I mean? Be real. And I was starting to get even more wound up because it's like, why is nobody being real? And why am I the only person that was seeing this? Like, yeah, I may have wrote a status and put your business on blast, but at least I'm not sitting there being fake with you, you know what I mean? I'm the same way behind your back that I am to your face. If I don't like you, then I don't like you. But if I've got something to say, I'll say it to you and you only. And I'll say the exact same thing behind your back to your face because it doesn't bother me. But again, a lot of bitches ain't like that. And I think it takes balls to be honest. And I think a lot of people can't do that. A lot of people can't be honest. And that's sad. And if you can't be honest and say how you feel, then I suggest you have a seat at that bench. Zara was probably the weakest one of them all because it was like she would like only grow balls or like say something nasty to me when she had the backing of everybody else. And there was a few times I was like walking past her in person, or we were in the same lesson, and I was just looking at her like, say something to me. You know what I mean? Be a bitch with me now. Because I knew that she was on her own. I knew she wouldn't. So it's like I used to sit there and laugh. Because it's like all you lot just sit there online talking about how you're all gonna do this and do that to me, and it comes to in person and I'm sat there like, okay, I haven't been hit yet. I haven't been beat up yet. None of that have happened yet. None of you have done shit. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, whatever. You know what I mean? I took that moment to be like, that's when I said before, I literally started laughing. I would laugh at them. And I'd walk past them, I'd be like, you're a joke. Or I'd walk past them, I'd be like, grow some balls. Say what's on your mind, bitches. You know what I mean? Stop being fake. Would it kill you to be real? Like, just voice your actual, truthful, genuine opinion, and you will get miles more respect, and you will probably find the friends that you need if you're honest, not if you're fake. That's what I learned when I was fake and I got in with those popular ass bitches that I didn't. I learned in the end I didn't like them. I didn't like what they were about. That it was constant talking about shagging and drugs and hooking up and just stuff that wasn't me and wasn't what I wanted and wasn't what I envisioned a friend being. And I didn't give anybody else names because truthfully I don't care about them. I don't think about them. They don't cross my mind. This video was requested, so that's the only reason why I gave them weird names and wrote this whole situation down. But yeah, in all truthfulness, I don't give a shit about none of these people. Um, I don't hate them, but you know what I mean? I'd rather not see them. You know what I mean? If I had the choice to like not see them or see them, it would be 1001% not see them. You're not for me. Sorry, but I ain't fake. That's one thing I can look in. I can look in this fucking camera and look at every single one of you and say one thing about me is I ain't fake. I will look at any motherfucker and tell you I am not fake. What you see is what you get. If I've got something to say, I'll say it. And you can feel however type of way you want to feel about it, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to shut my mouth just because you don't like what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Oh my god, this video is getting so long. So I'm going to conclude really quickly. There's a little tiny bit more to this story. So without any further ado, let's move on to that. And I'll try and be shorter. I'll try and not talk so much. So after a while, it got really intense. The harassment, the bullying got really intense. And I and some of the girls were called in to it was called behavior support. It was like basically just like a head office where you go into, and we sat down and we were talking about it. And I said I literally haven't talked shit about anybody. Like I've sent you guys the screenshots already, which was a few weeks prior to that meeting that we all sat down and talked. I already told them I sent you the screenshots. Please tell me where I'm talking shit. Please tell me where I'm like being fake because I can't see it. And the screenshots weren't tampered with. They were in chronological order. You could see the date, the time, everything. You know what I mean? So what was I lying about? Who was I talking shit about? And it got to the point where they were starting to look so stupid because they'd believed what these two girls that had one the first girl I went to John Fisher with but never really spoke to. I always smiled at her and stuff like that. The other girl, I didn't know her. And I didn't know that they concocted that plan to set me up. They set me up to make it look like I was the one talking shit, but it was like, you know what I mean? I have the screenshots, you know what I mean? And it got to the point where Chelsea thought, right, let me have my little 5 minutes. So she flipped the chair, and I thought, bitch, if that chair hits me, I'm going to throw it at you. You know what I mean? It's a good job that Cher didn't hit me. Because Chelsea was one of those. She was like, you know, she thought if she got up and like did the rah, you know what I mean, and started getting aggressive and flipping chairs, like that's cool, you can do that. But if anything hits me, if any chair hits me, if any fucking pencils hit me, any pens, anything like that, it's gonna be a problem. You know what I mean? Because you ain't gonna throw shit at me or try and attack me and think I'm just gonna sit here and not do nothing. You definitely got the wrong person. And after that, it was like we kind of stopped all talking, because I just kind of realized, like, right, you're all a bunch of weak bitches because all you do is talk shit online, and then we get in person, and I'm like, nobody's doing anything. Nobody's doing anything. And then I'd get home and they'd be back online like, oh, we're gonna beat you up, da da da, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. And I'm like, you literally like have like 6 hours every day other than the weekends to beat me up, and not one of you have done anything yet. So after that, I decided to, stay on my own again. And I found another friendship group, which I will do a story time on. Honestly, I think I have to mentally prepare myself for that. That was because that next friendship group that I met was even worse than this friendship group. Yeah, so I think that it's going to take a lot of mental preparation for me to talk about that. Very traumatic, if I'm being honest. Um, and I'm almost confident. I'm not a doctor, but I'm almost confident I have PTSD from that. Um, the next friendship group I'm on about, not this friendship group. But yeah, I will. That video, I just need you guys to be patient with and understand that, that is traumatizing for me, and that brings out a very angry side of me. So I just have to figure out a way of filming that video and being calm about it. I'll openly admit I have an anger problem. Been in anger management since I was like 9, 10 years old. Been in therapy. I was in CAMS for 4 years. I've done CBT therapy. I've done a bunch of different therapies. I've worked with a bunch of different therapists. I've seen a bunch of different people. I had an appointment with St. Mary's Rape Centre. There's a lot of stuff that people don't know. Um, so yeah, I just hope that when I do these story times, you guys can get to know me just a little bit more and get to know that I'm not a bad person, and a lot of stuff in like my past was manipulated, and I know that a lot of people have that happen to them too and feel like they can't speak out. That's why I'm doing this, because I don't want people to feel the way I felt. I felt scared, um, with this friendship group and the next friendship group I was referring to earlier on, well, a few minutes ago. You know what I mean? It's just the fear got the best of me, and now I can sit here confidently today and say that I'm not scared at all. I don't necessarily have to physically fight, and nor do I want to. I'm an adult now. You know what I mean? I have my life. You know what I mean? I produce, I research. I'm an independent model. You know what I mean? I do style, I do fashion, I do hair. You know what I mean? I'm self-taught in all of that. I'm a researcher for the Roman and Spice channel. You know what I mean? I got my shit together. You know what I mean? I do online college, like I said in previous videos. I've passed 7 courses, you know what I mean? And I'm still planning on going back to college again to do even more. You know what I mean? So it's like, them bitches, as much as it was traumatic and as much as I really did try with those people, doesn't matter to me now. It's like, you live and you learn. And I've learned not to be so naive and not to be so open to people and not to give people a chance so quickly. And because of those events, I would say I've become more withdrawn from people, but I wouldn't change them because I am who I am today. And I'm not scared anymore. I have that confidence to stand up and say, I'm not scared. I'm still going to tell my story. And I don't care what happens. Like I said earlier in the video, you can beat me up every single day of my life from now until the day I die, and you ain't ever going to shut this mouth. You ain't ever going to shut this mouth. You ain't ever going to stop me from saying what I want to say, do what I want to do, love who I want to love. You know what I mean? I'm still celibate at the minute, but as you guys know, before celibacy, I was gay. And I was open about that. I'm proud of that. But at the minute, I'm celibate, so I don't think I should identify as gay if I'm celibate. But I'm celibate for the minute, and I'm rambling on. But I just wanted to say, don't ever be scared of people. Don't ever let people make you feel like you can't speak up. Because I promise you, like, I honestly promise you, if you want some honest, real advice, like on some real shit for real advice, I'm gonna give it to you right now. Be honest. Even if you've got to fake it till you make it, which is what I did, it helped me in the end. It helped me to become who I am today, a confident person with a voice piece, with a backbone, with a set of balls, with the ability to get up and say, I ain't taking your shit. You ain't going to talk to me like that. You ain't going to treat me like that. You ain't going to gang up on me. Da 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 da. I'm an independent person. You know what I mean? I'm a nice person. I don't deserve to be treated like that. You know what I mean? I am not afraid anymore to stand up for myself. Like, come on, I've been beaten up all my life by a bunch of different people. I've been abused. I've been through addiction. I've been through rapes. I've been through self harm. You know what I mean? I've been through sexual assault. You know what I mean? I, like, literally, I have no fear. You know what I mean? So I want you guys to know that it's okay to get your story out there, and don't let anybody ever take your voice away from you. And on that note, I'm going to stop rambling on. I have been Rosia Spice. It has been an absolute pleasure to host this for you guys and open up about my story more personally. And thank you. Thank you to those who support me. I've noticed we have 14 subscribers, so we have a new member to the family if you are watching. Hi, how you doing? Hope all is well. And I just, just don't let nobody take your voice away. Even if you gotta fake it till you make it, because I promise you, half of these bitches won't stand up to you on their own. I promise you, a good night. I promise you, like I said in high school, that first set, those popular friends, none of them stood up to me on their own. It was all in a group. Same with the second set of friends. They never stood up to me one on one. It was always in groups. You know what I mean? So don't ever let anybody take your voice away. And I love you guys. And yeah, just thank you for the support, and thank you for allowing. I can't even believe you guys wanted me to do this video. Thank you for allowing me to tell my story. And just know that whatever you go through, you always have, you know, that ability to fake it till you make it. And that's what made me into me, is that ability. I faked it. I faked being this person until I actually became this person. And I feel belting. I feel great. Because I know I made that after some other traumatic stuff that happened in high school. I made a promise to myself, I'm never going to let nobody take the piss out of me ever again. I don't care if I get beat up. Like I said, I don't care if I get beat up every day for the rest of my life. You're not going to shut this mouth. You're not going to stop me from standing up for what I think's right. And if I see somebody being bullied or I see somebody being picked on, you bet I'll be the first motherfucker to jump in there and defend that person. Because nobody defended me. Absolutely nobody defended me. You know what I mean? And I was going through a whole lot. And nobody defended me. Nobody cared. But if you're watching this, I care. And I'm here to tell you, you can be who you want to be. Fake it till you make it, and I promise you, you will end up becoming that person. You will learn to... I can't explain it. It's just a weird process that happens. It's like, you feel so much better when you finally stand up and you say, I'm not taking this shit no more. You know what I mean? And I need to stop rambling on, but thank you, and I appreciate you guys so much. And I'm gonna have a look at my messages and see what other videos you guys are requesting. And chasing justice, we're still trying to transfer over. Bear with me, technology isn't my strong point. But I do love you guys, and thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Rosia Spice, here for the Roman and Spice YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, turn on your notifications bell. You can find our socials in the description box below, our Instagram, our Twitter, our Snapchat, our Facebook page, all linked down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. And thank you so much for watching, and don't ever let anybody take your voice away. I love you and goodbye.